Yukito Kishiro is the creator and illustrator of Battle Angel Alita, or better known to fans as Gunnm. With many volumes starting from the old school 90s, his work sits at the bleeding edge of cyberpunk manga. Intense or raw, biomechanical, and full of narrative weight in every wire and bolt. Before we break down and analyze Yukito Kishiro's evolving art style, chances are that the majority of people heard of his work, but likely never get involved in it. His early work, especially the original Gunnm series, leans into that gritty analog feeling you'd find around the same period as Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z, Kentaro Miura's Berserk, or Masamune Shirow's Ghost in the Shell. Then, in the late 90s, Kishiro shifted gears, creating the fantasy manga Aqua Knight. That series went on hiatus when he returned to focus on Battle Angel Alita, Last Order. In fact, there was a 2-episode anime OVA, followed by a more mainstream live-action movie, Alita, Battle Angel, released 2 decades later. Actually, his father said before he became mangaka, "If you're going to draw manga, draw something they'll like all over the world." While the live-action movie brought the series to a global stage, Kishiro wasn't directly involved. His main concern wasn't control, just that the spirit and soul of his work translated onto the big screen. While he did evolve his work in a broad concept, Kishiro's characters stand out with big foreheads, sharp line work, and bold coloring, especially in promotional art. His body gestures feel strong and dynamic, with tall, slender frames and wide hips that emphasize silhouette. Faces stay expressive, with noticeable features like pronounced lips and low-angle feminine poses. Big cheeks, large eyes with double highlights, small necks and long legs give his designs a unique balance between elegance and power. It's a mix of mechanical edge and human nuance that runs consistently through his work. Originally, Kishiro noted that he struggled to draw people. He loved mecha, such as Gundam, Votoms, but he realized early on you don't get far in manga if you can't draw humans. Over time, that changed. His early art had this raw, tactile shading, almost smudged ink with bold contrast, making Alita's cybernetic body feel both mechanical and human. Fast forward to Last Order and Mars Chronicle, and his style evolved, sharper, more polished, with almost surgical precision. Some fans prefer the older grit, others the clean modern look. When it comes to panels, Kishiro nails the action, raw energy, clear intent. His use of angles and focal points makes every impact feel heavy, every movement fast. On top of that, emotional moments land well too, thanks to expressive character work. On social media, he shares his process, blocking out forms with 3D models, drafting with a blue pen, refining line work, and finally layering in colors and effects, all to speed things up. I always have a hard time deciding what kind of drawing to make. I discard a lot of ideas until one fits. That sums up a key truth. Mastering technique is just the first step. What really matters is concept and intention. Actually, on his social media, he even shares tips like using triangular composition theory, dividing focus between 3 elements to guide the viewer's eye naturally. I do notice all the mistakes in my art now that it's been flopped. Looking at it now, I wonder if this particular work isn't a little immature, artistically speaking. That honesty, flaws and all, is part of what gives his work its lasting impact. I'm light novel author GP Vils, and I truly like that the original anime OVA has that old classic style, because one of my favorite artists, Nobuteru Yuki, was the concept designer. But maybe that's just my nostalgia talking.